Hi guys, Debra from Housewife Eclectic here. I am here back doing some, oh, that's one of my pumpkins. Oh, where did it go? Oh, he's back there. Some more fun, no carve Disney pumpkin ideas. My kids are they've become obsessed. So we've done Elsa and Anna, and we've done Nemo, and we've done Jack and Sally, and now they want a Mickey and a Minnie. You guys just might be getting pumpkin ideas till Halloween because they're so obsessed with these ideas. Give me a second to get some shares in, and then we will get started. Today's pumpkins, we are doing Mickey and Minnie. They should be pretty easy to do, just a little bit of painting. Sorry, I always have the hardest time talking and sharing at the same time. Yeah, so my kids, see, can't talk and share at the same time. I try. Okay, so my kids have become, so I made the first one, I made an Elsa pumpkin and an Anna pumpkin for my girls, because that kind of, we always joke that they're Elsa and Anna, because, you know, younger, older sister, that kind of thing. Hi Nancy, good to see you with us. And so I made those, and since then, they every day is like, when are we going to make a new pumpkin, Mom? When are we going to make a new pumpkin? So we have just started. My porch is going to be crazy insane this year. It's going to be full of pumpkins. But that's okay. We kind of have, our house is kind of like a spooky looking house already. So I think they'll fit right in. Okay, there we go. I'm seeing a few more hop on. Let me get a couple more shares in and we will get going. So this one is, today I think it's going to be fun. I think, you know, most people love the mouse, so I think it will be a good one to go to. I think my favorite so far is our Nemo pumpkin. It turned out super cute. Okay, one more share and we are good to go. Okay. In a group. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and get started. So the nice thing about the Mickey Mouse pumpkin, unlike some of the other ones we've done recently, a lot of the other ones you needed extra things like tulle and gemstones and things like that. These ones you pretty much just need the pumpkin and paint. So super easy to make. So I've just got a pumpkin here. We've been using the plastic pumpkins, the foam ones from Oriental Trading. I feel like they're a good deal there, and I don't know, I've been putting so much work into all these pumpkins this season. I don't want them to just rot. So, but you could definitely do this with a real pumpkin. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with all the pumpkins at the end of the season. I think I'm gonna have like a big, huge container full. So we are gonna get started with painting. I've got so for this one, it's also really nice because not only do you not need really extra materials, you need 2 colors of paint, a paintbrush, and a cereal box and scissors, and I think that's probably it. Maybe hot glue. So we're gonna start with painting on these. So you need like a peachy color and black. I'm making mine more. I don't know. Have you guys seen Tsum Tsums? My kids are obsessed with Tsum Tsums. I gotta grab my plate so I can put paint on it. So my kids are obsessed with Tsum Tsums, and so they that's the style I'm gonna do for Mickey and Minnie today. I always hate that I end up cutting off my head so you guys can see my workspace area a little bit better. Let me see if I can move, or you know, make y'all sick. Move that back just a little bit more so you guys can. So here's my pumpkin. I've just got a garbage bag down as that word. Garbage bag down as a drop cloth. There we go. I knew it would come to me. So I've just got a plate for paint. And now we just have black paint and kind of a peachy tone. This one actually is called Sunkissed Peach. So peachy tone paint. And then our pumpkin. And like I said, you can do this with a real pumpkin. I just do it with fake pumpkins, so I don't have to throw it away. Which I'm sure my husband would prefer. I did it with a real pumpkin, so I could throw it away. My Halloween stuff's getting a little out of control here. So I'm going to pull up, my computer's sitting right here in front of me. So I'm going to pull up just a picture of Micky and Minnie Tsum Tsum. Tsum Tsum. I don't ever know what to, people call them different things all the time. So I'm going to pull them up so I can see them. The first thing we are going to do is we are going to, should we do black or peach first? Let's get working on our peach because I think it's going to take more layers to cover. So I'm just going to go ahead and dump some peach paint on my plate. And I'm just grabbing a foam brush. Foam pumpkin. And so I'm going to sit here with him kind of in my lap. I'm hoping I'm not, it's like the first time I've worn this dress and I don't want to get paint on it. And we are just going to start painting. So Micky has kind of the, almost like the little bit of a heart-shaped face up here. So that's what you're going to start with. So go down a little bit, like a big widow's peak, basically, is what Micky's has. So we're going to go circle and down. I don't think my circle's big enough. So like half circle, down, half circle. There we go. That second one looked way better. Let's see if we can fix this one. The nice thing about painting with the peach and the black is that you're going to really be able to fix your mistakes with the black if you overshoot with the peach. I'm tempting the craft gods by painting in new clothes. Yeah, probably. This one though, like, so you got to see my dress. I have pants on under. I've got like leggings, and actually they're just like gauchos, but so I'm not like gonna flash you. Whew, maybe I am gonna flash you. Look, can you see like the Boogie Boys on there? And then there's Jack and Sally. There's Zero. Like there's Sally poisoning Dr. Finkelstein. So, my kids are huge Nightmare Before Christmas fans. Huge. Okay, so now that we've kind of got the top of his head, that like that heart shape top, then you need to come in, and right here around his eyes, it comes in a little bit and then goes back out a little bit. So you could do, sorry, I'm just staring at this picture of my Tsum Tsum here. So we finished up the Anna pumpkin yesterday, and my 8-year-old did all the painting, and I have to show you guys. I'm so proud of her. So this is our Anna pumpkin. This is how Anna turned out. Isn't it cute? She did such a good job with the painting on that. So a year ago, I don't think she could have done it. She hasn't had a lot of patience for crafting, so she's always like slopping things on, but she's finally getting that little bit of a crafter's patience, which some days I don't have either. So we're gonna go around, and remember he goes in like and this is more triangle-y when it comes in here for Micky. It's more triangle-y this time. It's a little harder to paint on a bumpy surface with this one. Okay, so I've made a little bit of some oopses, but like I said, we're gonna add black paint on top of this so you can fix a lot of those oopses with the black paint. So I've kind of finally got my basic shape here with it going in and back out and going in and back out, and then the heart shape on his face. So now that you've kind of got the basic shape of Micky, I'm definitely gonna have to fix a little bit over here. In fact, I'm gonna rub it with my finger a little bit just so it looks messed up, so I'll remember to fix it, because sometimes I forget to fix my mess ups. So now that we've done that, we are just gonna take the paint and you are gonna just go to town in that area, filling it in. So this one's probably gonna need, since we've got an orange pumpkin, I've seen white pumpkins, which would be awesome for something like this. I did my Elsa pumpkin with a teal pumpkin. It's one of those like allergy friendly pumpkins. So I started with the teal pumpkin as the base, and that made that one super easy. So if you had a white pumpkin, this might even be easier. But... okay, so we're just giving Mickey the base of his face right now. And then we will start letting this dry, and we will add the black. And then when we're done with the black, this should be dry to add a second coat. So now we have black paint. Just add some of that paint to our plate. Grab another foam brush. My kids always laugh at me because I have so many paintbrushes. But a lot of times, because when they paint, usually I let them have 2, and you know, when they've done more than 2 colors, they have to go rinse out the colors. But I'm always like, I do these live videos, and I want you guys to sit and wait while I'm rinsing out my colors, so I have like 100 paintbrushes that I can use. So now we're just doing the black. Ooh, that black is going on nice. So do the black around. You're gonna want to start with doing the black around the face. Ooh, that black's going on nice. This is where you're going to fix any of your oopsies. And you want to go ahead and outline the peach color first so you don't accidentally go over any of it. Almost looks like I'm making a Dracula right now. Okay, that black is covering up those oopsies really nice. So just keep. The little one is yelling. She's with her grandma, so I'm not worried about her, but it sounds like they're doing something fun. Okay, so we are just lining our face here. Okay, so you kind of see how I've just gone through and lined it. Okay, now we're going to go through. You don't have to paint the entire pumpkin. I'm probably going to do about halfway. I kind of wanted to do red on his bum, you know, like he's wearing pants. So you can do that. If you want to stick to the 2 paint colors, you're more than welcome to do that too. Some days I feel like making things difficult, and some days I don't. So it all depends on what you are in the mood for. So go ahead and just start painting black around that peach color. Just make sure you're careful to not get it in the peach color. So I'm going to paint to here, I think. So we're just getting, so the black is probably going to need a second coat as well, just not as desperately as the peaches. So you could always tape your pumpkin off, and I did tape my pumpkin when we did Nemo because his stripes were a little bit different. But with this one, I'm just kind of going with the natural groove of the pumpkin. I'm picking a natural groove of the pumpkin and then stopping there. So, because it doesn't have to be quite as precise as St. Nemo did. Okay. I'm wondering if my kids are going to let me be done with pumpkins after I make Mickey and Minnie, or if they're going to have new ideas. They asked me to do, what did they ask me to do? BB-8? And I was like, I don't know if I have the paint skills to do that. I'm like a crafter level painter, not a artist. Their uncle, my brother, is a professional artist. So they're used to like, if they can dream it, he can do it kind of thing. And I'm like, Mama's not that good. You're going to have to talk to Uncle Scotty about that. We have a lot of talented artsy folks in my family. My father-in-law is like a professional calligrapher. He used to teach it at a college. So we have all sorts of fancy artsy folks in my fam. Okay, so I am just getting that black base done. Making sure to cover up any of those oops. And then we might actually just go ahead and do the other face on the other pumpkin while we let this dry. So, you know, Mickey and Minnie are very similar. So, not too much difference. So here we go. You see how his face is popping up a little bit? I kind of wish I'd made his face just a little bit smaller. What did I see? Oh, up here. Was the face out? Orange. Somewhere. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and just get that paint on there. So while this is drying a little bit, I actually have a... my husband thinks I'm crazy. I keep a desk fan right here on my desk. So I can turn that on. Put that pumpkin in front of it. And ta-da! We have faster drying power. Let me grab my other pumpkin, which I was taking pictures of it earlier. So I actually have an in-home studio. This is kind of my basic crafting studio down here, and then I have a bigger studio upstairs, which is actually just like a spare bedroom, so if guests come over and use it. But okay, so other pumpkin, we are going to repeat the same process that we did here with the face, and then the black. I'm going to try and make this face a little bit smaller. I think for Minnie, we'll have Micky have a little bit bigger face. So remember, heart shape here. So go ahead and start drawing. Might have been easier to do this with a pencil and then fill it in, but I don't like being easy. Do it the difficult way. Okay, and then it comes in here and then goes back out here. So comes in here and goes back out here. Oops. I slid the pumpkin while I was painting that. Then it comes in here and goes back out here. Oh, I like that face a little bit better. Not quite so big. So we are doing, if anyone is just tuning in, we are making no carved Disney pumpkins. We're doing Micky and Minnie today. And we're doing them Tsum Tsum style. I don't know if you have small children, you probably know what a Tsum Tsum is. My kids are obsessed. So now that I have outlined Minnie's face, we're going to go ahead and paint that face in. While this one is, while Micky is drying. So painting. I almost feel like I need to be singing a song. Okay, this is not as round at the bottom as I want it to be, so we're going to round you out a little bit more, Miss Minnie. Maybe I should have brought it down a little bit more. I think we're good. I'm going to stop stressing about Micky's face and just move on with my life. Okay, I'm going to stop every now and then and take pictures so that I can put up a post if you guys, because I'm sure you don't have everything you need to do this, or maybe you want to do it for Halloween later. Okay, so I'm just going to stick my face here, take a quick picture. That way I can upload it into a post later and you guys can see all the steps. Okay, so we are going to add black now to this one. I'm just going to go, remember you want to line your face first. So we kind of have like, our house is like the exterior is gray and stone. So it's like kind of spooky already. So I think we are going to have a lot of fun this year with Halloween. So right now I'm still just painting the faces on to the pumpkin, the base of the face, not the eyes or anything, the base of the face onto the pumpkin. Okay. Need some more black paint. So our Micky is drying really well. Then we will add a second coat of paint on each one of him while our Minnie dries. So, these Mickey and Minnie pumpkins, I told you before, we are doing Tsum Tsum style. So, they're maybe not going to look exactly like some of the other Mickey and Minnie pumpkins you've seen. Because my kids love the Tsum Tsums. So, why not? So, I'm just going around the peach paint that I painted on Minnie. Just going all the way around like that. So, now we've got the middle of Minnie's head. So now then we're going to decide which groove of the pumpkin we're going to stop her black at. Because I am going to do red on their little back sides of the pumpkin. So now we can see where we need to end the black. Can you see that? So now I'm just going to go ahead and fill in the black. And then we will go ahead and let this dry. Tammy, can you see okay now? Okay. So let's go ahead and get this black on here so it can get drying. Make sure you don't get it on the peach part of the face. So, like I said, these pumpkins are from Oriental Trading. I think they're like $7 a piece, which I think is a pretty good deal. That seems to be about what they run. Not sometimes at craft stores they can run a lot more, but also sometimes at craft stores they have big, huge ones. Which apparently I have a fake pumpkin problem. Who knew? Well, so I bought my first. These two are actually the first two I ever bought. And I bought them just as like extra decor for our Harry Potter party for the potions class. But I can't just leave well enough alone. It's got to be turned into something. Ooh, Harry Potter pumpkins. Why have I not made Harry Potter pumpkins? I'd love to make a Doctor Who pumpkin too, but I'm not sure exactly what I would do for that. Okay, so we've got Minnie's face. You see Minnie's face? Okay, I'm going to take a quick picture of Minnie's face on here so that I can upload it later and you guys can see the step-by-steps. There we go. So they almost look Dracula-ish at the moment. Okay, so I'm going to put Minnie in front of my fan here. Let her drying. And then we are going to take Mickey and we are going to add a second coat on Mickey. And then we will put eyes on and make ears. Actually, we'll probably make ears next. Those are super easy to make. Super fun. Okay. So the black looks okay. It could use a little bit of a second coat. But mostly what needs a second coat is that peach color on their face. Because you do have the darker orange underneath. You definitely don't want that peeking through. We want it to look 100% Mickey Minnie. Okay, getting a nice second coat on Mickey here. Okay, tell me where you guys are tuning in from. I'm hanging out in Utah today. It's actually kind of cold and rainy here today. I guess fall has officially arrived. There's so many things I love about fall. Okay, so I'm just adding, I'm covering up any of those extra orange strokes that I was seeing from a little bit of the black. The black's way easier to cover with, though, than the peaches, because it just covers so well. The black really covered well today, guys. Okay, so there's Mickey with our second coat. We're going to let him dry for a second. I'm going to grab, Kate, you can't come in here dressed like that, okay?
Not this shirt.
Okay, hang on just a second. I got a naked toddler.
I have to make pants
guys. Facebook. Oh, Facebook. Okay, I'm pouring some red onto the plate. I'm going to redo some shares here to get you guys back on. I hate it when it does that, Facebook. Facebook is mean. Mean, mean, mean Facebook. Okay, let me find... let's see if I can find you guys again. Let's get you back on. I'm finding a few of you. But I don't want to... Oh, there's some of you coming back. Facebook is a jerk, guys. Big fat jerk. Okay. Okay, there we go. We're getting a few of you back. Sorry about that. Okay, so you need, like I said before, the video, and I will combine these two videos, and now that it's in that, I will combine these and upload these to my YouTube channel later today, if you need to find the first part of the video, or the second part, or anything like that. So, we've got the second layer on Mickey. Mickey's looking really good. We just need to let his face dry so we can put the eyes on. So while we are waiting for his face to dry, I'm going to go ahead and add some red to his booty. Okay, when you hop on, let me know where you're hopping on from. So I told you you could do this with two colors. You totally can. You don't need the red. This was just as I was sitting here going, wouldn't it be cute if his bum was red? So. We are adding red to the back of the pumpkin. Just to give him pants, I guess. So the red is not covering well. This is actually not as good of a quality of paint as my first two paints that I was using. So that might be part of it, but the red is definitely going to need more than one coat. Hey guys, hi Amy, hi Tanya. I'm glad you guys found us again. North Carolina. North Carolina is a gorgeous place. I haven't been there in a long time though. My sister used to live in South Carolina. So. Okay, so we're just adding red to the back of Mickey right now. Then Minnie we're going to add red to. We're going to let dry, and then we'll add white polka dots on her back area. I always feel like talking about pumpkin butts here. Okay, so add that red. Like I said, you definitely don't have to do this step. I just was sitting there and it occurred to me how stinking cute it would be to do this step. So add one coat of red on the back of Mickey. So this is Mickey and this is Minnie. So Minnie's face is looking pretty dry. We're going to add Mickey to the fan. So this is Minnie. Minnie has not gotten her second coat on her face and her I don't know, it's like all their face. Like, how do you distinguish that? Their middle face and their outer face? I don't know. So, we're going to go ahead and, while the red part of Mickey's drying, we're going to go ahead and add a second coat. So I've discovered that the biggest thing with these foam pumpkins is just be really generous with the amount of paint you're putting on. I mean, obviously you don't want to glop it on there, but the thinner you try and spread it, the harder it is to, I mean, I'm saying I spread it less thin on a foam pumpkin than I do on like a piece of wood. It just seems to work better if you don't try and spread it quite so thin. So she's getting her second coat on her face. It's looking good. Minnie's looking pretty good. Okay, there's Minnie's face. Now we're just gonna touch up the black around the center part of her face. Now, because the black covered really well with this black. but there are, I mean, I could totally leave it without any sort of touch-up, and it would look great. Just looks a little better with touch-up, so why not? Okay, so these pumpkins are from Oriental Trading. Kind of like a crazy poster child for them. I just love all the fun stuff. Seriously, I used to spend my childhood going through the Oriental Trading catalog and marking all the things I wanted. Okay, so she's got her second coat. I'm going to take a picture of the back of Micky really fast so that I can upload this later as a how-to for you guys. So Micky's looking really good with the red on his back. He might almost be ready for a second coat of red. I'm going to start Minnie's coat of red right now. Once their faces are dry, actually we need to do ears. So let me get the first coat going on Minnie, and then we will do ears. So if you have older kids, this is totally something that they could do. My 8-year-old could do this easily. She's the one who painted, I showed you guys a little bit earlier in the show, the Anna pumpkin. She's the one who painted that one. My 3-year-old, probably not so much, but she's more the type that I would just give her paint and a brush and just let her do whatever she wanted to her pumpkin anyway. So if I wanted the world's biggest mess. Okay, so I'm just adding the first coat to Minnie. So we are going to put polka dots on Minnie's dress eventually. But we're going to work on ears next. So for ears, you need scissors, a cereal box, wooden bamboo skewers, hot glue. In fact, speaking of that, I better plug in my hot glue gun. Okay, just almost done getting Minnie this coat of red. Dude, I'm loving how these are turning out. They're super cute already. Okay, get Minnie that coat of red. Be careful around your line of black, but black covers really well, so it's always easy to touch up with it if you need to. Okay, so she's got a base coat of red now to dry. So you need something circle. I've got a coaster here that I'm going to use. I've used bowls, cups, whatever you think. I just picked this coaster because it looked like a good size for those ears. So you're just going to take a cereal box and cut it down one of the lines so that you can lay it flat. I'm going to cut it down a little bit more so I can lay it on my thing. So, and then I'm just going to put, you see I've got the cereal box here, coaster. I mean, we've got Minnie in the way a little bit here. Cereal box, coaster. And now I'm just going to grab a pencil and we are just going to trace those ears. So we need 4 ears for these two. Hopefully I can get a 4th one on here. If I had been a little smarter, I would have. Okay, so 4 ears. Out of coaster for me. So now you are just going to take your scissors and you are going to cut these ears out. So I'm just kind of, I'm doing a rough cut right now to get rid of some of this excess to make it a little bit easier to cut out. Okay, so now I've got, oh, thank you. Don't forget to plug in my glue gun. Look at you guys, keeping me on my toes. So I'm actually going to plug my glue gun in. Can you see me? No. I'm going to plug it in over here. Because in the switch right by me, right here, I've got my fan that's drying the pumpkins, and I've got my lights. So I can take pictures for you guys plugged into that one. So you are just going to go ahead and cut these circles out, and then you are going to paint them. So one circle. Okay, there's two. We've got ears for one done. Now we got to cut out the other two, so we have ears for both. Okay, third ear, and now our fourth ear. So now we are just going to paint these. I always make the front of the ear be the cardboard side because it's so much easier to cover, but I will paint the back too. Okay, ears. So I'm just going to lay these down, take my black paintbrush, and just go over them with black to give us some ears. Here, I'll move the drying pumpkins so you can see what I'm doing a little bit better. So just using a brush, paint in those ears. Okay, so now we are just going to let this ear dry, and we are going to go on to the next one. I will give the back a quick coat in a minute after they've dried. Okay, so now we've got ears drying. We're about to paint faces on our pumpkins. Okay, so now we've got 4 black ears drying for us. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is I'm going to add a second coat to Micky's bottom right now, and then we will paint his face. So I've got Mickey, his front, his middle face, the surrounding face, and then there's his booty. So we are just going to go ahead and slap on some more paint. Like I said, you don't want to spread it too thin on the pumpkin. You don't, obviously don't want to glop it and stuff, but it's a little bit easier to cover if you're not so stingy with the paint. So just giving him his second coat of red, and then we will do his face. So his face, you want a smaller paintbrush than the, okay, there's the second coat of red. You want a smaller paintbrush, whoa, why did it go blurry? There we go. Than what you have been working with the big, huge foam brushes. So you could do it with a foam brush. I think it'll be a little easier with not a foam brush. So let me pull up the picture of the Tsum Tsums again. So Tsum Tsum's faces are really easy. They're basically 2 circle dots and an elongated dot right here for the nose. Come on. There we go. So I'm going to grab, in fact, I'm even going to grab my circle brush to make sure I get a good circle on their face. So I am just, man, I'm going through a lot of black paint today. So you don't want extra on this one at all. You want just a nice, good coat on there. So the eyes kind of go right where it meets in. So Micky's eyes will go right where, you know, we talked about how it curves in here. That's where their eyes go. So one eye. Two eye. That didn't do completely. Dang it. I'm going to have to fix that eye a little bit with a paintbrush. So, it's a hard thing when you're working on a curved surface like this. So I'm having to make the eye a little bit bigger than I originally wanted it because I'm trying to fix the oops of my oops. Okay. So one eye, two eye, and then a little kind of ovally for a nose. So we'll just go here and go oval for a nose. Go ahead and fill that nose in. So now we've got his face. I've got to make that other eye bigger. He looks like a little bit. Okay, so there we go. There's his eyes. He doesn't look super Mickey Mouse-ish right now because we need to so I'm just taking the peach color and I'm tapping it over the eye, trying to fix it a little bit. Pretty irritated that I messed that up. Oh well. Okay, let's try and do Minnie's eyes and see if we can get those a little bit better. So, just take my circle brush, push down, take my circle brush, push down. I'm giving up on the circle brush today. Okay, so Minnie's are a little bit different than just plain circles. Minnie's has eyelashes. So you're just going to want to take your paintbrush, dip the side in paint, and just do 3 little lashes coming up the side. So 3. Oh, that one was way thicker than I intended it to be. We're going to start the lashes on this side over again. Because they are not what I want them to be at all. Okay. So to start over, you're just going to have to cover those lashes with the peach. Which is harder than... It is a little bit hard because you're trying to cover black with peach paint. So, okay, so we've got her right here. I'm waiting for that to dry. I'm going to go ahead and give her her nose, which is just an oval as well. So just draw an oval with your paintbrush and fill it in. Oh, I think her face is turning out better than Mickey's. Mickey, what do I need to do to your face to make it look better? What do I need to do to your face So I need to touch up down here. And then make your eye go up higher. Is that our problem? It's a little better. Okay, so now you need wooden dowels or bamboo skewers. I've got these short little ones that are awesome for things like this. So bamboo skewers, and then we are going to take, you need 4 of them, 2 for each pumpkin. And then you're going to take your ear, those dry really fast with the paint on the cardboard, and just give the back of it a paint. I mean, you can paint until it's opaque on the back if you would like. I just don't want it to be obvious that it was a Honey Nut Cheerios box. You know, and most people aren't going to see the back of your pumpkin on your porch, so it's not a super big deal. Just one of those little things that... So I'm painting the back of the ears right now, and we're going to keep touching these up a little bit. Their eyes are driving me crazy. Do I have another sticker? Oh, I do. Good. So I don't have to go wash this one yet. Okay. So just a little thin coat on the back, just kind of to obscure what it is. Okay, so let those dry again, and then I am going to, Micky is really close to being done. Minnie needs some more love. So let's see if we can't fix those eyelashes again. So you just want to get the very tip of your brush. You want thin little eyelashes. Or like that. You see her little eyelashes? Okay, so now for Minnie, I'm gonna need some white paint as well. There's some in there. Looks like it's all gone. Okay. And we are going to put some white paint on our plate. And we are going to grab a circle brush. Looks like this. Make sure it's a even. And we are just going to take it. And we are just going to put a dot on her bum. And put a dot on her bum. And dot. And dot. And dot. And dot. So you're just kind of making the dots of her dress right now. Hard thing with the curved surface is the dots aren't applying evenly. This is the problem I ran into with the eyes. So it's better for the dress if you can try and do it on, instead of in the grooves of the pumpkin, kind of do it on the smoother places of the pumpkin. And I can go ahead and fix some of these later. There we go. There we go. So just give Minnie some polka dots on her booty. And let's go ahead and make, we are about to put their ears on. Let's go ahead and make Minnie's bow first. So that you'll also need the cereal box for. And a pencil and some scissors. So I'm just going to cut some of this off so that I can work with the bigger back piece of the box. So this I'm just going to freehand, so hopefully that goes okay. Just grab a pencil. You want a circle in the middle. And then kind of a triangle on each side, kind of without a point. Okay, so obviously, you see that? Definitely not perfect, but so I'm gonna go ahead and cut hers out, and then we will hot glue. They dry yet? They're almost, the backs of those ears are almost dry. Who is messaging me so much? All those notifications. Okay, so now we are going to, so with her bow it needs to be red, and then obviously with white spots. So let's do the red first. So it kind of looks more like a piece of candy than ears. Sorry about that, Minnie. You know what, Amy? The reason I actually have a massive craft room, I love it. The reason we are stuck in such a small station is because this is where the internet was today. So sometimes the internet is persnickety around my house. So this is where the signal was good today, so that's why we're here today. With pumpkins, it's definitely, it's hard to not, you know, and the problem is I'm painting them, so I have other places I could set them, but I'm painting them so much I don't want them to get on anything else. So, okay, so bow is red. So now we've got our ears. So you're going to take 2 of those skewers and you are going to hot glue them on the back like this. And then you will just stick them into the pumpkin. So let me hot glue those and let's finish up Mickey. So I'm just putting a line of glue down the center of the ear, and I am putting that skewer on the ear. There we go. Put them here. Oh, time to figure out why that's acting up. So we are almost out of time, so I want to show you guys how to figure out how to. Oh, Kathy, you weren't supposed to be able to see anything at that point. So here we are. We've got Mickey. I still need to fix his eye a little bit more, and then we are going to take his ears, and we are just going to. You take them, and you just. So these are foam pumpkins, so you can just pierce them. And slide them in. And then do the same on the other side. You want them about the same width away from the stem. So pierce them and slide them in. There we have our Mickey. I am actually going to pull these out again. And I'm going to cut off a little bit on the bottom here. So they're not quite so round, so they'll go a little bit closer to the pumpkin. Closer. Nope, because we hot glued it in. So I'm gonna peel that off. So definitely cut these before you. So you want to flatten one side a little bit more. I'm gonna hot glue it again. Okay, so now his ear's a little bit flatter there. so we can really bring him in to the pumpkin a little bit better. That does look a little bit better. Okay, let's see if we can fix his eye a little bit more. His eye is just not... Okay, so I'm going to take our black circle brush, and I'm just going to kind of do it in layers. Kind of make his eye a little bit bigger, but hopefully a little better looking. That actually does look better. Because Micky's eyes are driving me nutsos. Okay, those definitely actually look better. Let me finish them and I will show you. So I'm just using the circle brush to widen his eyes a little bit. Okay, so there is Mr. Handsome Mickey. What do you guys think? So it's definitely the Tsum Tsum style of Mickey Mouse, not the like traditional style of Mickey Mouse. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Tsum Tsums. Okay, so the next thing I need to do is I need to do the same thing with Minnie's ears. I'm actually with Minnie. I'm gonna try and cut this kind of shape into Minnie's ears. Let's see if I can get it to lay against the pumpkin a little better. Okay, so that'll actually lay against the pumpkin really nice. So, kind of like that. Poor Mickey. You were my guinea pig in all of this today. Okay, so we've got Minnie's ears ready to go. So they'll just go, oh, those look so nice. I might have to pull Mickey's ears off and redo them. Look how good those sit on there. So you'll need the bamboo skewers, and then you need the bow. So with the bow is a lot smaller, so we are going to do the polka dots with the back of a paintbrush. So I'm just dipping in and giving her polka dots. Okay, I think we are just about done. Do you guys have any questions? Have anything that you need? What kind of pumpkins do you do? We do a lot of Disney pumpkins at this house. Last year we did all Nightmare Before Christmas pumpkins, and they turned out so cute. Those were actually carved though. I'm not a big carver. I'm not great at it. So I always clean out all the pumpkins for my family and then they carve them. Okay, so there we've got our bow. So I'm just going to go ahead and get her ears put on, and I think we're all done. So if you guys have any questions, you can leave them in the comments and I'll come back and answer them. So thank you guys and have a good day.